One thing that's been helping me lately reframe and reshift when I feel like I start to like hit like doubt or like, insecurity or maybe I even get sometimes I'll get imposter syndrome. Like I'm like, I just don't know what the hell I'm doing sometimes with these psychic downloads, right? Like I'll start to go into like, self-doubt about my future, about my downloads, about all sorts of stuff, right? And one phrase that keeps coming up is I am all I have. If I can't believe it for myself, nobody can. Nobody's going to. Like, God keeps showing me over and over again. Like, that's why, unfortunately, again, I've been isolated and, like, those kinds of things. And I'm around my parents because all it does is it keeps showing me, like, how basically, like, alone I've always been. And it's, like, it is sad. That's a very sad thing. Very sad thing to come to that realization. But then there's also this level of comfort for me because it's like, okay, well, like, it's not that big of a deal if I'm alone then because I've always been alone. Like, yes, all these people have surrounded me, but I've emotionally, at the depth of where I exist in this reality, have always been alone. So I have to believe in myself. I have to believe in these downloads. I have to believe in what God's given me. I have to believe in my dreams, in my future, in the future for us, because I'm all I have. If I'm sabotaging myself, if I'm doubting myself, if I'm giving into lies and narratives that I know don't resonate with me anymore, then I'm abandoning myself because I am all I have. So I have to show up for myself in that way. I have to. There is no choice. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe that'll help somebody. This has been helping me lately. When I, get into like those kinds of mindsets and things like that. And like, it's hard because I feel like I've been building trust back within myself because I did have such a hard life. And I did allow a lot of people to tell me things about myself, and I did also sabotage myself. And so I've had to like build that trust back, not within just myself, but also like within God this year. And one of the things that I've had to do is like really stop doubting myself and stop trying to sabotage myself, because that's what my brain will do to keep it safe, because my brain's like, no, we don't want to go outside these limiting beliefs because that's not safe. Like, look, your life has always been horrible. Bad things have always happened to you, so bad things are going to keep happening to you. Like, I don't know what you're on. And then, of course, God presents things in my reality to, like, confirm those beliefs, but I have to, like, work against that. That's actually what I'm being trained on right now, is, like, shifting from, like, this is happening to me to, like, this is happening for me. Everything is happening for me. So then I have to find meaning in everything that is being presented to me. If I believe that everything is happening for me, then the only option I have is to find meaning in everything that's being presented in front of me. That's it. If I want my beliefs and everything to be coherent. But that's actually like really difficult for somebody like me, who I actually like contracted a lot of distrust within God and distrust within myself. Again, we did that to hide our light, though. So, like, that's what I'm discovering, is myself and my light again, and my self-confidence and my self-worth, and belief in myself, and belief in delusional things, that other people aren't believing right now, that's just, like, part of my path, and it's also accepting your path if you're having a difficult time with that, because for somebody like me who masked all my life, it's really hard for me, again, to accept that I'm not normal, that I have this path that isn't normal. So I have a lot of stuff going on that I feel like other people struggle with. So that's like why I want to share this with people, because there's a lot more to this than just like rewiring and feeling happy and like all that stuff. It's like it's finding trust within yourself again. It's finding yourself again. It's loving yourself finally, properly. It's pouring all the light that we gave out to others back into ourselves. It's finding what people tried to hide from us or tried to, lead us astray against within our own selves, that kind of stuff. It's hard. It's really hard, especially like when you love people too. I just really trusted people over myself. I was also conditioned to trust people over myself. And I've had to like completely like decondition that. And that is why I have the challenge of everybody in my reality like coming up against me, because I was supposed to, like, that actually helps me detach a bit more because it gives me more proof in myself, because it's like, it's not like one or two people and then some people kind of believe in me. It's like literally nobody did. And everybody came up against me, and everybody had something to say to me to try to dim me. So the only logical explanation for that, knowing who I am now, knowing that I'm not crazy, knowing that like a lot of this truth that I've always believed is coming out in front of our 3D eyeballs, you know, with Epstein and UFO files and all this stuff, knowing I've healed, knowing I've emotionally regulated myself, and I'm working and I'm healing and I'm trying to become a better version of myself while also simultaneously watching everybody else around me not do that. You know, it just solidifies, it's supposed to solidify that in you. That the reason why everybody came up against you was to solidify your own self-worth, and that you didn't need to accept anybody else's reality except the one that felt true and authentic to you, even if it's difficult to do. Even if nobody else is doing it. Actually, that might be what you're meant to be doing. Which is hard, because then you feel alone, and then you go into like, well, I deserve not to be alone, and I deserve all these things. And it's not a matter of deserving, it's a matter of what your soul came here to learn also. You know, we all are going to get that someday, but nobody knows the timing of their life except for God. That's where I'm at with things. Just know that good things are coming for you, and that good things will happen for you, and that you can have your dreams, and you will have your dreams. It's a matter of timing and how much healing work you've done, how much you're able to detach from your reality as well, how much you're able to like hold on to these beliefs. I talk a lot about how your thoughts create your reality is a huge part of manifestation, but there's also this other part of it that is divine timing. But you do have to have the thought part. You have to have that piece. And that's why it's like, God's been training me to stop abandoning myself even in thought. You know, pretty much that's what it is. And I didn't realize how much I was abandoning myself until I started doing this healing work and doing this healing process and like not abandoning myself, and then watching how people reacted when I stopped abandoning myself for them, and how, ooh, wow, they like came up against me when I did that. I'm like, wait a minute, so have they been coming up against me this whole time? Yes. The whole time they've been gaslighting me against myself. Anytime I was criticized, anytime somebody tried to tell, and this is again light workers. This isn't like everybody. This is a very specific type of person that God has down here right now. And it's people who are new earth leaders. That's again who I'm reaching, because we've had more extreme paths. There's people who are light workers who did not have extreme paths like this. I'm talking specifically to the people who are on the more extreme paths here. So that's what's going on. That's at least what I've learned. And, you only have yourself. You literally don't have anybody else in this world. Not your kids, not your husband, not your friends, not your parents, not the news, not anybody else in this entire world do you have except for yourself. And if you're doing the right things and you're trying to move this society forward, and you're doing the healing work, and you've been a good person, you have to start believing that now. You have to start believing that and drawing all that energy back into yourself. And that's what's going to help you move forward in your life. That's what's helped me regulate my nervous system. It's what's helped me feel emotionally mature finally. Like, I don't feel like I'm as emotionally reactive to people at all. I just feel like a completely different person. Like, I do. Like, I just feel like I'm not the same person that I was even a year and a half ago, because I was still, like, not objectively viewing things and not able to get into a mindset like this. I was still being the victim, because I was a victim. So, like, that's the other issue, is, like, we have to get out of a mindset that we're actually part of. We are actual victims in this society, but that's part of the challenge that we came here to overcome, so we could teach people who aren't really victims that they're not victims, basically. Like, that's what, because we're gonna be like, we were the real victims, guys. So we're just like, I don't know, we're like, God just like giving us juice to our roast is what he calls it. He's just giving us more street cred. That's what he's giving us right now, street credit.